Hello, how you doing? I'm just gonna start my C++ text-based game. It's just a basic game done on C++, and just given a few options like option 2 for rooms. Haven't really gone through inputting them in the actual rooms because just didn't have enough time to finish it off, and this is just last minute. So just options and continue, and you start your adventure. So your name, Sood, hi, how you doing, strange name. Just select your playstyle, so warrior, select your weapon, lightsaber, and where do you want to go? Let's go to armory store, and you've got 50 gold. What you want to do? Upgrade weapon. Gonna go for one upgrade weapon, and I'm gonna go to option 3, item store. Actually, I'm gonna go for stat first. It's my stat. Continue. Question number 2, just fight in the challenge hole. So who do you want to fight first? Goblin. Hey, what you want to do? Fight him or flee? Fight. And fight again. He's not dead yet, so you hit him. You slain the goblin, so he's dead. Check for stat. The stat is updated, as you can see. See armory store. 30 gold. Let's upgrade second weapon. Received final upgrade. Let's go to item store. What do you want to do? Gain health, high potion. How much gold do I have? I've got 5 gold. Can't do anything, so I'm gonna exit. And I'm gonna exit the game. Yes. Just game over. Just gonna go with the bit of code, how the code goes. And these are my code, and there's my header files and my source files. And just gonna hide these away, and just gonna go from my let's see, main class. So I've got my main includes, so my library for includes, so and headers from the other files, and just basic using std. For some reason I've been having problems with just using these with cin and cout, so I included namespace as well. So just a few problems, and that seemed to fix it, so just kept it in. And these are just other methods from the other function classes, and just a window console to maximize your size. And starting from here, start screen, it goes in your start screen class from the main, and that pops into your function CP, which is your start screen. You can see those messages popping up. Yep, these are just a message, and there's a menu. What happens? And so basically, first menu, just new game. When you start the game, just goes into the game as normal, and it's just reading the room files from the text file I have, and these are reading the monsters, like how many monsters I include and what they do. But I haven't really done the other way around, bring in monsters from text file, but it just says what monsters are there. Try to do the save file, it didn't really work, just don't know how to. And just trying to read mini file, it just reads code but doesn't load the game. I have to get around that, but I've been searching through that all day, so can't get anywhere, and not enough time at the moment. Game over options. When your game finishes, then it jumps on to choose your class. So this is where you choose your class. The options here, validation, and just cases. So if you're, depending on your class, you get these stat. Then it jumps on to choose weapon. Then you choose these weapons, and as same as class, for each weapon they have different stats to fight, and don't mind that. Next thing, back to main. So it is initializing. So it starts off with hello, what's your name? A strange name. Jumps down to choose class, choose weapon, returns those values, and then you got while loop. So if you're depending on your health and level, so basically like you gain experience to level up. So let's say if you gain like 500 experience, you're level 2. Less than that, you're still level 1. So as you fight through, you'll slowly level up in the game. So these are according to like your player hero level. And then they got the main menu when you're in the game. So armory store, challenge hole, item stores, stats, and exit. And first I'll go through like first one is the armory. It's basically like tells you what gold you got and gives you options to upgrade your weapon and final upgrade. Should be the other way around, but just gonna change that to 50 and 25. Just validation and choose, and so basically you get the gold for your player class, so P hero. Then depending on what weapon you buy, and it upgrades that weapon for you, so you get the upgrades. Then it jumps down to, if you choose option 2, it'll go to this one, challenge hole, and just for initialization, that's used in the fighting scene. And just setting your new gold, player hero gold plus 30, and just main setting for your experience. And then it's gonna look if player class, so get level, so depending on what level you are, if it's less than 6 you've encountered these enemies, but if it's equal 6 you've reached and you're ready to set your goal in further adventure. So you normally start off with level 1 anyway, so you'll have to go through fighting these guys here until you're level 6, or you go to get level 6 and go on your real adventure. So if you're level 1 and using switch, then when you're in a challenge hole, so that's where you fight. And so basically, like depending on what your choice is, so if your choice is 1, you fight a goblin, and these are goblin stats. And if goblin's health is more than 0, then which action do you want to take? Do you want to attack him or flee? Validation for those 2 options, and battle choice, so depending on what you want to do, flee or fight the goblin. Then it's going to look for the player's strength and player's dex, and then the hit's going to be the player's strength with the weapon whatever the weapon is, and if you have another weapon, upgrade. So both upgrades plus that will make your hit. So you hit the goblin for whatever hit you get for the total upgrades of the 2 weapons you have, and current health is equal to goblin health minus the hit, so whatever the goblin's health is, it's going to take away whatever you hit him, and then it's going to set his new health. And then you just kill the goblin, just slay until you kill the goblin. Else, if goblin's health is still more and he dodged your attack, it just says he dodged your attack. If goblin's health is greater than 0 and goblin strength and his dex, so the goblin hit is equal to goblin strength by 95, just give him that digit. So his hit multiplied by player's armor, that get armor. So see out the goblin's hit you for the hit, so whatever the goblin's hit is, it's gonna hit you depending on what armor you got, and you take that much damage. And then it sets your new health, and but it takes your health away, then it sets your health, and then see out. If he doesn't hit you, you've dodged his attack, and then break, switch statement, and then it will go to rend modulo 3 if it's less than 2. So if you choose like option 2 to flee, it will say, well, the goblin let you live and you survive to see another day, and set the goblin's health to 0. That's the fight over. Or the goblin can decide, hey look, you're weak, I'm gonna kill you. So just, he kills you, executes you, and your health goes down to 0, goblin health goes down to 0, resets the health, and you're dead. So game over. And that's just in case if you select any other options than 1 and 2, just say displays message invalid selection, please do it again. And basically just same thing for like skeleton, that's not a fight scene, and it basically same process as a goblin. Then you have same process for the ghost as well. And then once you get to, if you're level 2, you've going through the same process, except for this time the monsters have like different health, like more power, like the way you level up, and the monsters will level up too. So the stronger you get, stronger monster get. And the fight scene is basically same as the goblin, but same as level 1. So you're just going through that process. Oh, it could take some time for this code. And there's the other one. So this is the item store, and it's basically if you press the option 3, it'll give you these options. So there's the gold and whatever you have in your pocket, and once you buy these items, you will drink it away. So you get your health back, or your strength up, or dexterity, and exit option. So basically it's validation here, and switch statements. So case 1, player dot get gold, so whatever gold you have, and new health dot get health, new health is equal to player dot get health plus 20. Player hero dot set the new health, player gold get gold. So so if you're gone for 1, so 25, so it sets your gold to 25. Give me a second. And just the options to, well, it sets your new gold after you spend the gold, and you drink it, and it'll just add those things in your stat. And that's pretty much for options. So depending on which option you take and how much you spend. So the only way to get the gold is fighting through enemies, and every time you kill an enemy you gain experience and gold. And then you got menu select 4, which is your stat, as I've shown you earlier what your stat is like. So it display your name, health, strength, weapon, upgrade weapon, final upgrade. So these 2 weapons will be upgrade. And then your menu option 5, do you want to exit the game, yes or no? And else, if you press anything else, it's display message invalid selection. And player dot get health, so game over. If your health is less than 1, game over for you. And that's pretty much my game. So and these are just the other classes I have here. Basically my character class, like these getters and setters for character here, character header and CPP. These are just setters, it just sets in header and gets it in the header class. Same thing with weapons, you've got some getters and setters, so basically like a multiplier and weapon name and weapon multipliers. Same here, just getting the weapon names